Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you spooky sickos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer. And today, well, I have a fabulously atmospheric horror film lined up from us. It is Jim O'Connelly's 1972 and just batshit crazy flick. It is Tower of Evil, aka Horror on Snape Island. And this one's just really fascinating. A lot of interesting stuff going on in this one. Very trippy, very weird. So let's dive right in. Here is Tower of Evil. Tower of Evil, aka Horror on Snape Island, is a tremendously atmospheric mystery slasher flick, which basks in its wonderfully creepy locations and intrinsically suspenseful plot. Extremely bloody and distastefully executed, this wonderfully demented early 70s UK production is a stylistically rich endeavor, which honestly impresses and faithfully unsettles. Drenched in blood and drowning in mood, Tower of Evil is a thrilling descent into madness, and one that is ridiculously enjoyable and without a doubt devilishly entertaining. The film follows a group of archaeologists who are on the hunt for a legendary Phoenician treasure that is said to be hidden within the grounds of a small island called Snape Island. Once they arrive, though, they come to find that a massacre has recently taken place here, where a group of teenagers had been brutally murdered by the hands of a mad killer, who is now hiding somewhere on the island. Trapped with nowhere to go and a psychotic killer breathing down their necks, can they find the treasure and escape the island? Or is Snape Island their new home and the Tower of Evil their final resting place? Rich in character and video nasty class, the cast of Tower of Evil is a robust and diverse bunch, spanning the gamut of 70s stereotypes and curious oddball strangers. Totally eclectic and eccentric to boot, everyone brings a unique flavor to the table that just adds to the spice that is Horror on Snape Island. The memorable players of this odd little frightening gem are Jill Hayworth as Rose, a beautiful young innocent woman who catches the fancy of the mad blade-wielding killer. Mark Edwards as Adam, a dedicated archaeologist who is hoping to unlock history and not lose his head in the process. Bryant Halliday as Brent, a curious gentleman with questionable intentions for the island. Anna Pauk as Nora, a super sexy and groovy adulteress who's more interested about screwing than finding treasure. Derek Fowles as Dan, a swanky historian hell-bent on recovering the lost Phoenician loot. Jack Watson as Hamp, an ornery sea captain who knows the sordid history of this damned island of death. And finally, Gary Hamilton as Brom, a free-loving hippie and aspiring rock star whose main goal in life is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Across the board, the cast is great, with everyone blending in nicely with the mystery behind the film's story, and all the performers doing a smashing job in fleshing out the meat and potatoes of this remarkably elusive flick. If mystery and horror are your thing, and you love a great atmospheric yarn to sink your teeth into, then Tower of Evil, aka Horror on Snape Island, is a delicious morsel that definitely hits the mark when it comes to haunting fare. Beautifully laid out in schizophrenic style and lavish visuals, the production does a remarkable job in maintaining the unsettling tone and dread that the film absolutely thrives in. The many brutal murders are creatively captured and displayed, giving a splendid texture and tone to the overall film. It's a slightly psychedelic experience that benefits greatly from its unorthodox approach and unique way in which it lays out the players and set pieces of the movie. And it's surprisingly off-kilter with its jaded personality and mean-spirited nature. Wholly immersive and fantastically rendered, Tower of Evil is an unexpected horror gem, which mixes up the formula a bit and adds a splendid mixture of slasher goodness with a healthy portion of murder mystery intrigue in order to craft a disturbing little tale that at its heart is truly demented. Lean, mean, and as unruly as a crack fiend. If you love haunting horror, then this is a must-watch. In the end, Tower of Evil, aka Horror on Snape Island, is a fascinatingly atmospheric horror flick, which is heavy on dread and filled to the brim with unrelenting terror. And there you have it, you demented ghouls. That is the absolutely sensational, very engaging, entertaining, and kind of brutal flick. That's Tower of Evil, aka Horror on Snape Island. And just a really psychedelic, crazy UK production that really has a lot going for it that not a lot of people talk about. But guys, that is it for me. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I would love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Later.